Just a roll call vote. Arlington, yes, definitely here.
We're here.
Arlington, Lexington. Richard, you're muted, but I see you, and Sheila. And Concord, I'm here. Lincoln, Craig, there he is.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Craig. And also Jennifer, great.
Yes, hello.
And Jennifer Pierce is here. Hi, Jen. So we have our committee. All five entities are represented. So the first order.
And Nancy, this is Katie from Arlington, who's just joined, and
right. Hi,
our
Katie.
economic development person.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Good to see you, Katie. I think I had a 3-minute conversation with you weeks and weeks ago. So good to see you in person. So I had the first order of business as minutes today, but I like to put them at the end and go right into the business, the real business of the day, which is election of a chair and a vice chair. So I would entertain nominations for that position.
I think it would be great for Lincoln to take over, and I'm hoping that Craig is on this call, so he might be willing to do it.
Okay.
That's just my hope. I don't know, Craig.
I am here. I'm not sure. I mean, we've been talking internally. I mean, if someone else wanted to take over, I certainly defer. I've got quite a few things going on already. Got a pretty full plate, but
just a reminder to all we've talked a little bit about in the past, but the chairmanship, I think it's in the bylaws. I'm not positive, but it is supposed to rotate from town to town. And during my time here, I know Arlington has done it, and Nancy very capably representing Concord. So sort of has to move to Lincoln or Lexington,
and Lexington, yeah, also mainstay.
So Lincoln's here, and we have a live nominee, and I'm happy to second that nomination.
Are there any other nominations or people who are volunteering themselves? And if not, we can vote on that. Craig, okay with you?
It doesn't seem like there's any other.
Well, there should also be a vice chair. So that person might be a person with more experience with this committee. I know you're on the planning board, right? So that's probably a whole lot of experience with the town committee, but
yeah.
So we also need a vice chair. So, okay, there's a motion and a second. And
I think in terms of the rotation that Paul talked about is that I think I was the first chair, and then Clarissa, and then Nancy, and if Lincoln does it, I guess I would be the next in line, or Lexington would be the next in line. So I would be willing to be vice chair and to work along with Craig to provide a little bit of the background that
okay,
you don't have yet.
Well, thank you. We have one nomination and it's been seconded, so we will do a vote. And Arlington, I guess I could guess.
I think Arlington will vote yes, based on.
Okay,
and we'll help you out, and we'll help you out in whatever way you need, Craig.
Lexington?
Yes.
And Concord votes, Lincoln would vote.
Yes.
Have to give you the choice. And Concord vote yes, and the park is here as well. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Am I a voting member?
Yes,
yes.
Okay, then I agree.
Okay. All right. Congratulations, Craig. And I think I have a lot of things I can give you as well. And that'd be fun to meet in person anyway, maybe. That'd be great. Okay, thank you very much. And nominations then for vice chair, I would nominate Richard. I think I can do that. Clarissa, can I do that, you guys?
I don't, why not? We're not that formal.
I know. I've been reading the updated committee handbook for Concord, so that's always good reading. Okay, so are there other nominations? Is there a second? Anybody? Well, we have to have a second.
Second,
And who is that? Jennifer?
that's me.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and then we'll go through Arlington.
What's before the board?
Vice Chair.
Hmm.
And Richard's been nominated and seconded.
Okay,
All right. Arlington, Lexington, then. Lexington,
Yes.
okay, and Lincoln
Yes.
and Concord, yes, and Jennifer Pierce.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Congratulations, Richard. I know Craig, Richard, and as well as Clarissa claims a lot of experience with this committee. So I'm sure he'll be helpful to you.
I'll be leaning on you.
Okay.
All right, that's great. Congratulations, everybody. I think now we've got some new faces with Katie, and I think we also have 3 vacancies on this committee. Concord has 2 vacancies, and I think Lexington has 1. So we may be getting some other new faces. I know we have plenty of old business. Concord's really been on the governance thing for a long time, so I know George also expressed that at the last meeting that we had. So we have plenty to keep us busy in the months ahead, not to mention the workload and the excitement that might come with a new federal National Scenic Byways grant opportunity. We keep waiting and waiting and waiting, which I think is what happened last time. It takes federal highways a long time to get these things out. I don't know why, but it does. So, okay. So, are there any comments on the minutes from August?
No, but before that, we also at some point need to elect a secretary.
Oh, do you want to do that today? I guess we could. It's not on the agenda.
We can wait till next time.
Yeah, I feel better doing that because I didn't put it on the agenda. In the meantime, Richard, you could be both. Okay, back to minutes. August 24th, were there any comments or corrections on those? I am going to add under the Battle Road Scenic Byway website that to contact Richard if anyone with WordPress experience can assist with it. So Sarah at that meeting said she might have somebody in Lincoln. So I'll just add that because that was identified as a need that we had. Okay, those maybe we could take these together unless people have comments on November 30th. I have a couple of mistakes to correct because I was typing this, but at the same time, my Word document kept totally freezing, so it was a frustrating effort. But there's a repetition of a phrase. And the one thing, people who have attended the committee, the multi-town committee, Katie, maybe she has been attending those meetings. Is it a multi-town committee or is it a multi-party meeting? Because the base is part of it, the park is part of it. Does anybody know the answer to that?
You're talking about the, oh, sorry, Paul.
Yes,
I just said it's a formal memorandum of understanding between four
Right.
towns.
but what's it called? Is
The
it a multi,
intermunicipal agreement.
but are you calling yourself any kind of a committee? Can I refer to you as a multi-town, multi-party committee?
No,
No,
we have
because the because
we
the
have delegates
agreements
from each community.
and those delegates are only, the formal delegates are just the towns.
Correct.
Okay, so the base comes and other people, I forget who else that are not towns.
There's
Well,
a
the
few
park,
different,
the
yeah, there's a
park.
few different organizations coming together in a few different ways. So we
Okay,
have
so
the
just-
intermunicipal agreement, and then we also have regional meetings where the 250 committees come together, as well as the other parties, such as the base, National Park
I'll go
Service.
back to Jane's question from the last, the last meeting. Are those two different committees, two different gatherings then? I just want to know what to call it.
Correct, yeah. The IMA has its own operation,
Okay,
as it were, I guess you could call it.
Nancy, maybe I could help a little perspective. The four towns, Arlington, Lincoln, Concord, Lexington,
yeah,
each have a separate committee to plan for the town's activities for the 250th anniversary upcoming.
right.
And it became clear relatively early on the potential for a lot of overlap.
Right,
And suggestion was made, I think it had started at Lexington or either Concord, it might be good to join forces.
exactly.
And each town has put up a sum of money
$25,000 for 2 years.
to fund the activities of this group,
Yeah.
most of which so far have been aimed at trying to create a unified outreach, messaging, and marketing program, and also to start ensuring how well things can be coordinated, schedule-wise, activity-wise.
Right,
So that's the purpose of the group, and the funding has come from these four towns. I don't think anybody
Right.
necessarily going to be excluded from attending meetings, sessions, or so forth. But
well,
that's
I was just wondering if there is another separate meeting that includes the towns and officially includes the base and the park. Because I know
Yes.
the park participates. So are there two committees or one committee?
So it's not what you're discussing with involving the base and National Park Service is not its own committee. Those are just regional meetings of the different town 250 committees coming together to talk about 250 on a regional scale.
So do they
And then
overlap?
I'm sorry?
Do those two, do the towns that are party to the intermunicipal agreement overlap with
Yes.
the meetings? Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just call it one thing or another and make sure it's the same in the meetings. Okay, I think everybody understands. I
right.
hope. Thank
I'll
you.
just
Thank
add
you.
another component for clarity. But you mentioned the base and the park,
Mhm.
and I talked about organizing, marketing, this and that. Actually, in many ways, the most important area for collaboration that came out in the first meeting was public safety.
Yes,
So you have
yeah,
the police forces, you have public works, you have all of that, and the base and Hanscom Field are very important
yeah.
components
Absolutely.
of that, and they're integrated with what this multi-town group is doing, particularly on that area.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, did anybody have any corrections to the November 30th meeting or additions then? I think that's the only thing I had. Nope. Would someone like to make a motion to approve both ends? Both of them?
Moved.
Okay, George, thank you. And a second, did I see Richard's
second
hand
it.
almost simultaneously? Okay, and let's see, Arlington,
Yes,
Yes.
And Lexington,
Yes.
Lincoln,
Yes.
Concord, and the park.
Yes.
Great. Okay, thank you, guys. I think our formal meeting is over. And it was my decision not to have public comment at this meeting. But the next meeting can be scheduled. And it could be really an energetic meeting. I think we've got a lot to think about. And I'm glad we've got some new faces here. That's great. Katie, will you be coming to most of these meetings? The Byway Committee meetings?
I'll try and do my best, definitely.
Well, are you a member? I guess that's a more exact question.
That's a great question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll withdraw my question. You guys can figure it out. And we'll look forward to seeing you.
I think the way it goes is Clarissa, Paul, George are appointed by the select board.
Yeah,
I think that's similar for other towns. And
Yeah.
traditionally, the economic development coordinator from each town is like an ex officio, but a very, very important facilitator, contributor. And Katie's going to fill that role for us. And
that's great.
I've had a chance to work with her on our Town 250 committee. She's terrific.
Yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that. I don't think Concord's economic vitality person has participated in these meetings, so I'll actually look into that. Katie, you probably met some of the town folks.
Yep,
already.
I've met Mimi and Beth as well. Yep.
Yeah, great. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I would adjourn the meeting in that case at 10:19. This is a record.